What is up, Rage Nation? We are back with another behind the scenes video of us getting a radio interview. And look, Melanie, you're an all-star. I mean, the time difference between the US and Australia is so brutal, but you're toughing it and you're here. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Mike. It's not that difficult. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning.
I cannot wait for the Rage Nation to hear your music, and we'll play it on the show. But before we get into the interview, look, if the algorithm gods had our back, and maybe you found us on YouTube, maybe you found us on Facebook, right down there in the crawl, one of the easiest ways to help support Indie Rage Radio. We're an internationally syndicated radio show on 27 radio stations across planet Earth, and later on in October, which this one will be out in October. So we will be on our 28th radio station affiliate, a new station in Canada. Everything you need to know, indierageradio.us. But it's a win-win down there. You can help support us with our Amazon affiliate link for free. It adds no cost to you. It just brings back a small commission to the show. tinyurl.com/Amazon link MO. All right, here we go. Segment 1 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, indierageradio.us. We are back with another one this week, and I tell you, this is big. This is big. We are talking with a band that is all the way in Australia. I love the Aussie music scene. It is on fire, just like the UK music scene. So I'm absolutely pumped. We're going to be talking with Melanie from Ashes of Autumn. They're a rock band from Perth, Australia. She's the vocalist and the songwriter. They got a new album coming out later this year. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Ashes of Autumn HQ. You'll find it. Their music is available everywhere you are. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, Deezer, and the list goes on. Ashesofautumn.com. And like we said, their new album, The Darker Side of Now, comes out December 5th. Melanie, good day.
Mike, g'day. What an intro.
Yeah, I am so pumped to have you on. We were talking a little off air before the show started, and people that listen to the show for a while, they know I am very female fronted in my musical palette. And when I heard your music, man, I immediately was like, I got to get her on the show. So thank you so much. This is my pleasure.
Oh, gosh, you just, it's overflowing with love here, Mike. But no, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's like, sometimes we just don't get, counted on or brought into playlists and stuff because it's female fronted. So I appreciate all the support. So thank you.
No problem. All right. So in the first segment of the show, Melanie, we always play a game, and we're going to play a game that is sweeping the globe at the moment. It is called Do Australian Rockers Know Their USA Pop Culture?
Oh, man. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing to me?
All right, here we go. So first question. Which Disney Channel show did Olivia Rodrigo star in and sing the theme song for that launched her music career?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, no. Bizarre
No,
Farm.
I wouldn't have a clue.
Okay, maybe I should have picked a different game.
Okay, I just got to just preface this with anything Disney or pop. I mean, look, I'm okay with pop stuff, but yeah, nah, sorry about that. Start again. Do another one. I'm down for it.
Man. See, I got this from BuzzFeed, and
well, see, now that's where you went wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of pop stuff on here. Okay, let's try this one. What's the name of Beyonce's athleisure line named after her daughter's first name?
Is it Blue Ivy?
Close enough. Ivy Park. Oh, here's one. I think you might get this one. Which 1990s film about two slacker rock music fans with the Basement TV show started out as a skit on Saturday Night Live?
Come on.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers
and Carvey.
Yeah. Look, it's 7 a.m. I can't even. My brain is not working. Come on, it's Wayne's World.
Wayne's World, excellent party time. Wee. Yeah.
coffee to kick in.
Yes, that coffee just hit the brain.
It's getting there.
All right, let's see. Oh man, this is too good not to ask though. But you've already said you probably won't know this. Who was
Okay,
the
go on.
first? Who was the first Disney princess to have a tattoo?
Far out, man. I don't know. I don't know. I've no
Pocahontas.
clue. Oh, okay. All right, there we go.
Okay.
I remember this.
Which American clothing band? I can't even say it. Which American clothing brand faced backlash for a denim campaign starring actress Sydney Sweeney?
Was it Guess?
Ooh, close.
Levi's?
American Eagle. American Eagle.
Oh, again, this is all Americanized stuff. Like, how am I supposed to know this? We're all the way down here, man.
All right, let's see here.
And I'm going to get you back, Mike. I'm going to do a reverse one day. I'm going to just ring you up. I'm going to like put you on like on the camera, and I'm going to give you Australian trivia.
There we go. I'll have to have a phone a friend. Maybe I can call my friend Josh.
Dude, I need to phone 12 friends right now.
Well, only 2 more questions, and then we're out of here.
All right, hit me.
We're playing the game, sweeping the globe, called Do Australian Rockers Know Their U.S. Pop Culture? What's the name of the ice cream shop that Steve and Robin worked at in Stranger Things?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Ooh. Yeah, you know what? It's tough. People love it, but you got to get past the first few episodes. I've heard I can't get past the first one.
Yeah.
It is called
You
Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops Ahoy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go there. I want a ahoy a scoop.
All right, and the finale. Here we go.
Oh gosh, because I've done so well.
What did the acronym GTL stand for in MTV's Jersey Shore?
GTL?
GTL.
Don't know. Something, I don't know, get the life. I don't know.
Gym, Tan, Laundry.
Oh my gosh. How would I know these things?
I don't know. That's what we were wondering. That's why we played the
Okay,
game.
so yeah, like, oh, okay. Number one, I don't watch that much TV. I'm too busy writing music or doing music stuff. That's my defense.
All right, that's another. Well, that was the first rendition of Do Australian Rockers Know Their U.S. Pop Culture?
Please don't base it on my responses. Like, I'm sure a lot of Aussies know a lot more than that.
All right, we're talking with Melanie. She's the vocalist and songwriter for the band Ashes of Autumn. So, look, you just released 2 songs. We're going to play them here on the show. You got a brand new album coming out, The Darker Side of Now, December 5th. It's going to be available everywhere. Let's go ahead and play the song All That You Have. What's this one about?
All That You Have. Okay, so this is my version of a love letter. It comes from a really good place in my heart. And it's based on the fact that it was based on my own experiences, and I am over here down here in Australia, and this person is somewhere else in the world, and there's oceans and oceans and oceans apart. So yeah, this was just one of those songs just written one day on my piano, and it didn't sound anything like this. So it's just a love letter from me to him, and it's saying, just meet me somewhere, meet me halfway, somewhere safe where there's nobody else, we don't have to battle anything. And yeah, that's it. I mean, it's got a bit of an 80s edge to it. I kind of dig it though. But he kind of likes the love letter, so that's good.
Here it is. It's All That You Have from Ashes of Autumn on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. So segment 2, we're going to ask you more about the band, get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Segment 2 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, indieradio.us. We are back with Melanie. She's the vocalist and songwriter for the band Ashes of Autumn. They're a rock band from Perth, Australia. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. When you're on those platforms, just search Ashes of Autumn HQ. You're going to find them. Their music is available everywhere you are. Go stream it. Go download it on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer. And of course, like I said, that list goes on. AshesOfAutumn.com, and their brand new album, The Darker Side of Now, comes out December 5th. All right, so let's talk about the band a little bit. So, as I've seen on your social media, you guys have been working on this new album for 2 years.
Yeah, correct. It sounds like a long time, right, to work on an album, and I guess it is. So basically, what happened in 2023, we had a couple of the guys in the band leave right before we were due to record. So Steph, my drummer, my music partner, he had recorded all the drum tracks to the songs that we were going to release. And then a couple of the other guys in the band at that time, they were also in another band, right? So they had their other band. And I guess for them, it was like making that tough decision about, do we have enough time to balance two bands? And they didn't. So, and that was okay. There was no love lost there. Like, I still have mad love and respect for them. And I know that that was a tough decision for them to make. And that's okay because it's led us to where we are now. So Steph and I, we were like, oh my gosh. And I was a little bit, I was a little bit Debo for a minute, but he was like, come on, let's just plan. Let's just get this done. So we chatted for about 5 hours and we're like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? And so by the end of that conversation, we had come to the resolve that we don't actually need to form another band. We can do this independently. I had all my songs. There were some changes once the album, well, once I thought the album was already song listed, but it wasn't. I wrote a few more and chucked a few in the bin. But yeah, so we thought, okay, we can just get some session musos, that was just going to speed the process up. And Steph is from Europe, so he has some really good contacts there. And one of those contacts is Tommy Denanda, who is an amazing studio muso, amazing guitarist. He's worked with, superstars, like Alice Cooper and Kiss and Toto and all these people. So it was like a no-brainer, like a little humble us getting, Tommy to play. So we sent Tommy a couple of demos and he just banged them out. And when he returned them to us, I was like, oh my gosh, like we really don't need to have a band to do this. Like, okay. So we just got down to it and we worked remotely with Tommy, which was an amazing experience. And so, yeah, but in that time I had written a couple more songs and then, Steph had recorded a couple of the other drum tracks. It was just that continuous cycle of sending things to Tommy and getting them back. And I think there was only maybe 2 songs on there that we asked him to add a couple of more things because everything he had touched was golden. And that was, we felt very blessed for that. So that took a long time. You can imagine that sort of remote waiting, the time differences and stuff. And then what happened? Like then we had our bass player who we have now. His name is Rummy K, and Rummy put the bass down on the tracks. And then we sent them off for mixing and mastering. So mixing was done by Matt Doherty in Chicago, and then they got mastered as well by Elliot James Mulhern. I think he's based in LA, but he's from the UK originally. And then we thought, okay, well now we have to put a band together. All that stuff is done. So we did that and enlisted Rummy, as I said, and then we've got KB, who's actually from the States. He's on lead guitar, and Freighter is our rhythm guitarist, and he does a lot of backing vocals with me live. So we're getting ready for shows and stuff now, and just kind of putting it all together. But the reason why it took so long, Mike.
Oh, we may have lost Melanie. Melanie, if you can hear me, you are frozen on my end. Let's see if I can. Oh, you're back.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Yeah, you froze up on me for a second there.
Oh no. Can you
Let's
see
see.
me and hear me?
Yeah. I can't
Okay.
remember where you stopped. We had just talked about how you were getting your band together and you were talking about your bandmates. So let's like start from there and I'll ask you a question and then we can go in.
So hang on. Okay, so you ask the question, and I'll go on from there.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and speaking of your bandmates, we were talking off the air, and I was telling you about the story about my homeboy who lived in Perth for a while. Now he lives in Esperance. Josh, if you're listening, shout out, brother. But he met the love of his life in Houston, and then they moved down to Australia. And that happened with your guitar player, too.
Yeah, that did in KB. Yeah, so he was he's from upstate New York, but he was living somewhere else at that time, and he met his wife over there. And like a good Aussie lady, she, she recruited him back to Australia. So that was definitely our lucky break there.
Josh and his wife brought their kids probably 10 years ago to like tour the States and stuff like that. And when they got back in Australia, he was like, kids, what were your biggest takeaways about the US? And they were like, hamburgers and root beer. They love themselves.
Yeah. I've loved visiting the States. So yeah, my biggest takeaways are from the States. I just the magnificent people that I've met along the way there. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So if any venture capitalist in Australia is listening right now, me and Josh have a great idea for an Aussie root beer. Hit me up, indieragerradio@gmail.com.
Excellent.
All right. So let's talk about some influences as a musician, I can't even talk, as a musician and a songwriter. How do you feel like, what are some people that kind of molded your style?
I have such an eclectic taste in music, so I'm heavily influenced by melody, and so singers that are melodic, and bands that are melodic, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a vocal style that I'm influenced by, but if I like just hear some really lovely piano or guitar work, and then I can sort of bounce off that. But as far as artists go, I my parents, they were amazing. I grew up with music around me, right? And my dad was a singer as well in a band, and so I kind of was always around that. So I had that sort of influence from the, a lot of that earlier sort of 80s heavier metal sort of stuff. My mum was a bit of a hippie, I guess, so I had all of her sort of hippie stuff as well, folky music as well. But for me personally, I love everything from Motown right up to like now, like the modern stuff now. But as far as artists go, I love modern artists like Lizzie Hale. She is like the bomb, like vocalist ever. Maria Brink, Skin from Skunk and Nancy, just those massive powerhouse vocals. I really, really love that. So yeah, that's just a couple of people that I can think of off the top of my head. But in terms of bands, like, not that we sound anything like them, but my favorite band ever is Seven Dust. And so, I mean, I can't write like them, I can't sound like them, but they're the most amazing band to me, just because they can love, right? So all the melody and the guitars and then the big fat riffs and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where I land.
So when you're songwriting and you're in your songwriting process, I think we may have heard a little snippet of it a little bit earlier with you picking around on the piano. How do songs start for you? Is it with a riff? Is it on the piano? Is it with an idea? Is it with a hum?
Man, I guess it's generally I have to have an instrument in front of me, whether that's a piano or I play a little bit of acoustic guitar. Like, I'm not a guitar player at all, but I play a little bit enough to get around. So I have to have an instrument in front of me, and then just kind of like move through some chord progressions, and then kind of just like find something, and then whatever I'm feeling in that moment, I'll probably just write a story about. So a lot of the songs that you hear on this album were kind of born in a few minutes, if that makes sense. So I had the structure and the a lyrical idea, and then just sort of smashed it out, and then worked with Steph to sort of make it a more sort of digestible structure and stuff like that. So yeah, it's the process for me is kind of easy. I don't like leaving songs halfway through. If I leave it, it means it's not going to work for me. I have to finish it right there in the writing process.
And then what do you hope people take away whenever they go to an Ashes of Autumn show?
If they come to our show, I want them to obviously love it. But at the end of the day, like, the songs that are written, they're written with intention and absolute purpose, you know. So this album, The Darker Side of Now, was written exclusively, and I didn't mean to do it this way, but it was written about my life experiences. And so what I want people to understand from this album is that you can go through so much, right? You can go through some really, really bad stuff, but it doesn't define you for one. And you know, navigating out of those experiences, what that does is prove that you are the champion in your own life. Like, you are the hero now, you are the star of that experience. And so what I want people to take away from live shows and this album is that regardless of the stuff that you've gone through, regardless how bad it is, you can still move through it and carry that with you, but you can still be the hero in your world, right? So when people come to my shows, that's what I want to relay to them. So that's basically, yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
And then as a performer, do you have like any tradition or rituals that you do backstage before you hit the stage that like you got to do to have a good show?
Yeah, do you know what? I get super anxious, right? Like, I am such an anxious person. So I need to be on my own. And I know that goes against the grain because people think that you're being like really rude or snubbing them or unsocial. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I just need to be on my own. But definitely warming up. Like, I definitely need to warm up for a good half an hour, need to stretch it out, like just get some rah out. And I don't drink or anything before shows. But yeah, right before we go on, I'll go with the guys and we'll get some energy together and then we'll hit it. But I definitely need to be on my own for a good hour or so before the show just to get rid of that nervous energy. But then I use that nervous energy to sort of plow me through.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the story of Sonny Sandoval and when they first started out, what he would do?
No, tell me.
He was so anxious and afraid of the crowd that
Yeah.
for, you know, a while when they first started out, he would sing with his back to the crowd.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's
That was a
crazy.
bit like, yeah, that was, yeah. I've heard a few artists do that actually, like in the past, but no, I definitely don't. I kind of get that all goes as soon as I'm on. Yeah, I don't I don't know, it's such a weird thing, like, you feel I feel sick to my guts before I get on, and then we get on, and it's just bang, and woof, and it all goes away. It's like, "Oh, what was I worried about?" It's not like I haven't done this 300 times already, you know?
Right. If you
Yeah.
were to describe Ashes of Autumn in 3 words, what would they be?
Genuine, energetic, um, and just, yeah, genuine, energetic, and creative, I think. Would be the 3 words I would use to describe. But I don't know if I'm describing myself or the band. One and the same.
And just to throw this out, if anybody wants to use the name Ashes of Adam for a band, I don't know if that's been done before, but, make sure I get a shout out in the liner notes. Alright, so the next song we're gonna play from you is called "Refuse to Break." What's the song about?
So I wrote this song. Uh, this song is about, it's a quick look in, like a 2-minute look in to the death of my brother. So my brother died by suicide, and I found him. He lived with me, and I had to try and resuscitate my brother, and
Mm,
I wasn't able to do that. So this song is about that moment of when when I found him, the verses anyway. When I found him, the ambulance, everything else, just this very, very bizarre thing happened in my life. And the lyric, "Tell me something else," in the song is basically what I had said to the ambulance person. He had said, "I'm so sorry, we've done everything we can." And I said, "No, you're going to tell me something else. Tell me something else." And they just kept repeating because I was in shock, right? And it was something that I'd never thought I would survive because my brother and I were like that. He's my best, best, best friend. And so I didn't think I was going to survive that heartache and heartbreak and soul destroying experience of my world. And so I wrote this song in a kind of two sort of stoked way. So about that moment, but then the chorus is that I refuse to break. You know, I've gone through this thing with you. You've done this. How could you do this to us? But I've been through, I'm carrying it with me, but I'm not going to let it break me. So that's what this song is about.
Yeah, and we were talking off air earlier. A more stripped down version is going to be on your new record.
Yes. Yes, it's I think this song is very deserving of that very sort of low low vibe. I mean, on this on this track, it's very heavy and vibey, but I love the idea of just stripping it back, and we just did the piano version, just vocals. It's one take, it's raw, but it's beautiful.
Here it is. It is Refused to Break from Ashes of Autumn on Indie Rage Radio. I appreciate you sharing that story, being vulnerable for us.
Thank you. It's hard sometimes, but like this is one of the things I really want to make known about this album. Like this is not a tragic album. It's not going to be something that people cry over and stuff like that. But every single song has a story, but it also has a turn in it where it's positive. So whether that's assault, whether that's abuse, whether it's self-harm or suicide or whatever it may be, everything has a turning point within it. So yeah, this song is a lot about that, and that's I'm going to try and build this album to reflect a platform of really highlighting that you can overcome things. You don't have to be like my brother, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what this album is about.
Have you heard of the band August Burns Red?
No, where are they from?
They're from the States.
Okay.
But their lead singer, Jake, has started an organization called Heart Support.
Okay.
And a band that I've had on here a few times, 13 Minutes. They're from Tulsa, Oklahoma. But they're now a Heart Support band. And I'll send you like a link so you can check it out. And
Love that.
I'm sure they have, affiliated bands all across the country, but it sounds like you guys would fit in. And, with him being in the industry so long, he has a lot of contacts and whatnot. And, but
Yeah, no, I
essentially,
would love
Heart Support is like exactly what you're doing. It's to
that. Right.
support people who, are, left behind by suicide or thinking about, committing the act or,
Yeah.
different stuff like that. So I'll send you
Yeah,
the.
I'm here for it.
All right. So segment 3, we're going to transform you from a singer-songwriter to a tour guide. We're going to take a flight into Perth. So,
Yay.
so we'll be looking for one restaurant we got to stop at, one venue we need to go see a rock show at, and then what bar we need to cap the night off at.
Okay. All
So,
right.
so if you need a second, just let me know.
Yeah, there's just there's so many, right? So I'm just trying to piece it all together and kind of like, yeah, let me just do this way. But I think okay, so I got it. So let's just say that you arrive in Perth on like I don't know, the 20th of December. Okay, let's just pick that date. And I'll get to it. Why, right? So you arrive in Perth on the 20th of December,
Well,
and you've
wait, hold
slept.
on. Are you about to tell me about the restaurants and all that right now?
Yeah, I'm getting into
Oh,
it.
well, let
Yeah.
me go ahead and start the segment, and then we'll get into
Oh,
it. I don't want
okay,
you.
okay,
I don't want you to waste it all, and at the end, I'll be like,
okay.
oh, we got to do it again. All right, here we go. Segment 3 in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us, hour number 2. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Of course, our special guest tonight is Melanie. She's a singer-songwriter, the vocalist for Ashes of Autumn. They're a rock band from Perth, Australia. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Ashes of Autumn HQ. Their brand new album, The Darker Side of Now, is going to be out December 5th everywhere you consume music. You can also check them out online, ashesofautumn.com. All right. So, look, Melanie, we're going to transform you from a singer-songwriter into a temporary tour guide. We
All
are
right.
taking a cross-Atlantic flight down to Australia. Obviously, it's a long flight. We are hungry because we didn't want to eat any of that trash airline food. We're hitting the ground. We are famished. What is one restaurant we got to stop at in Perth?
All right. So, can I pick the date of your arrival because it will all
Yeah.
tie in with the venue? All right. So, I'm going to pick you up. You're going to arrive in Perth on the 20th of December and you've slept well, you haven't eaten well, but you've slept well, okay, so you're quite fresh, so it's all good. So I'm going to pick you up from the airport. We're going to drive to the coast because we have a beautiful coastline in WA, and I'm going to take you to an outdoor restaurant which is right on the beach. It's called Oceans 27, and we're going to order. The menu is outstanding, especially if you like seafood, but they have everything if you're a little bit fussy, you know, or you have preferences. But their drinks are great. They got great cocktails and stuff, and better. You know, the best thing is that it's on the beach, and like I said, our waters are beautiful. It's clear. We have beautiful sand. So if you feel like you could go have a dip as well, you know, it's summertime here in December, so you could go jump in. Don't worry, there's no sharks, I promise. And so then we'd come back, you know, and the venue that I would take you on the 20th of December is going to be a venue called Amplifier, because you're going to see the best damn rock show ever because we're playing, right? So so you get in, you had a good feed. I'll take you to see an Ashes of Autumn show. And then to cap off the night, we're going to end up at Crown Casino because they have a really cool whiskey bar up there. So we're going to go to the whiskey bar after that.
Nice. Hey, we're from Lake Charles, Louisiana. If you look on the map, we're in the state of Louisiana, right by the Gulf of America. So we love seafood over here. Let me ask you this. What kind of seafood is popular if you would go to Oceans 27? Like what are we getting?
Oh, you can get all sorts of fish. So like barramundi, snapper, fish is amazing, but prawns, you get the big king prawns, crab. Yeah, you get it. You got it.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you said there's no sharks over there, but do you guys have like the warm weather penguins?
No. I mean, we have some sharks, but they're okay. They're out there, you know, but we don't have penguins. Don't have penguins in Perth. You can go somewhere else and find the penguins.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
I for my day job, I work at a radio station here in Lake Charles, and right down the road in Texas, we have this place called Moody Gardens, and they have like an aquarium, and they brought one of their penguins here, and he just walked around the studio like he owned it.
Oh my gosh.
It was amazing.
I would love that so much. I wouldn't let it go.
Yeah, and he was cool too. Like he would crawl up in your lap and like let you hold him and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want one now. Yeah.
All right. Oh, so thank you for taking us around Perth.
You're welcome. And I mean, once you come here, you probably won't want to leave because it's so beautiful.
Yes, I have looked, especially when, like we said, now we're one that my friend Josh moved down to Perth. When I started looking at pictures of what Perth looked like, I was just like, this place is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we're very blessed. We're very lucky. I mean, it is the most isolated city in the world. And so it better well be beautiful.
Oh, fun fact. When me and Josh had a radio show back in the early 2000s, Reliant K, which is a pop punk band, they were really big at the time. And me and Josh held Matt Thiessen like a baby. It was amazing. And we got to ask him questions while we held him like a baby. And it was his idea. Fast forward like 12 years later, Josh is in the Perth airport, and here comes walking Matt Thiessen. And Josh is like, Matt Thiessen! And he was like, dude, he looked at me like I was crazy and started briskly walking away.
Excellent story.
All right, so we're going to catch up with Melanie one last time. We're going to play one of their brand new tracks, Enemy, at the end of the show. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back here on Indie Rage Radio. All right, so segment 4 is like the last segment. So we're going to talk about what the future looks like for Ashes of Autumn. And remember, anything that happened October 27th in the past.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.us. Sadly, we are back at the final segment of the show. And I know it happens every week, but it doesn't lessen the blow. Had a great night tonight with Melanie. She is the singer-songwriter. She is the vocalist for the Perth, Australia rock band Ashes of Autumn. If you missed any of this, you can listen to it on demand at our website, indierageradio.us, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Central U.S. Standard Time. All right, you can find the band on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. Go follow them tonight. Don't wait till tomorrow. Do it tonight. Just search Ashes of Autumn HQ. All their music is available everywhere where you are. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, Deezer, etc. Ashesofautumn.com. That's their website. And their brand new album, The Darker Side of Now, comes out December 5th. All right, Melanie, first off,
Hey,
thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, look, thank you for having me. Like, you're a great supporter and, of music as it is, but to support a band that's all the way down here and taking the time just to have a chat with me, it's so appreciated. So thank you.
Now, like I said, now we're number one. When I see bands from Australia and the UK, I get fired up because those two scenes are absolutely fuego right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good. It's lit down here, like there's so many amazing Aussie bands and especially just even in our city, like gosh, the talent that comes out of this place is incredible. And we're fortunate, like we can go out and watch, our mates play and it's just like, wow, these guys are just killer. But it's hard. It's hard to get out of Perth. It's hard to break into a world that's so far away, it seems, but we're trying, we're trying.
Yeah, Perth reminds me a lot about Canada, not weather-wise, but just the fact that everybody's so spread out. It's got to
Yeah.
be an absolute chore to tour in Australia.
Well, that's exactly right. It is A, expensive, and B, logistically, our country is so big with not much in between. So, we have to fly. We have to use that as a thing. Others, because it takes days to get across the other side of Australia. So, yeah, it is expensive. It needs a lot of planning, but it's doable. But my thought is, if we're going to spend bucks to get to the other side of Australia, why not just double that? And just head over to Europe or the States. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just plan a little bit better, save a bit more, and just go and do it somewhere else. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're looking to do.
Yeah, if you guys ever come to the States, let me know because I can get you hooked up with a Southern tour, lickety split. We'll put you up on I-10. We'll start you in Florida, and we'll head you all the way through to Texas.
Look, this is on the list. Like, honestly, I'm not even joking about it. So that is our goal for this coming year, is to either whichever is the most easiest and viable to either get to the States or get onto Europe. We're just trying to work that out. So, maybe we could have a chat about that sometime.
You know it. All right, so let's talk about what the future looks like for Ashes of Autumn.
To me, the future looks bright, looks amazing. I can't wait to get started on the next record. so, but I'm kind of just, it's been like, this has been such a process as we've spoken about, but, and I'm feeling very joyous about getting it out there, so, the next release will be at the end of October, which is great. So we're looking for a Halloween release. Yay. It's not a spooky song though, so it's okay. But yeah, we want to get the next release out, and then that's when we want to start planning a tour. So, like I said, I would prefer to get out of Australia. I love my country so much, but if I'm going to spend all that money, I might as well go and see the world as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is the plan. That is the goal. That's what we're going to do, and yeah, we're just going to be busy planning that.
All right, so the last song we're going to play tonight is one of the new tracks that you dropped from your upcoming album, The Darker Side of Now, releasing December 5th, everywhere where you consume music. It's called Enemy. What's this song about?
This song is about my internal battle systems with my own self. This song, I am my own worst enemy, right? I have the worst anxiety, like I've spoken about. I have a very serious case of imposter syndrome. I never think that I'm good enough. And I will always second guess myself in every single thing I do. And it's about that battle. and it's like, so in the verses you'll hear this Mel saying, oh God, here we go again, you know, it's happening again, it's happening, oh my God. And then the chorus will kick in. It's like, yeah, I am the enemy. Like, I'm acknowledging the fact that I am my own worst enemy, because I feel like everybody can relate to that. I feel like everybody has at least some dose of imposter syndrome in them, in whichever capacity they're in, whether it's work, their life, they're raising kids, or their husbands and wives, or their partners, musicians. I think everybody suffers from it. So I think it's okay to acknowledge it, but rise above that.
Here it is. It is Enemy from the upcoming album, The Darker Side of Now, releasing December 5th from Ashes of Autumn. She is Melanie. My name is Mikey O. We are out of here. We'll see ya when we see ya.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. Melanie,
Yes.
thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. It's like I was saying, it's so hard. It's so hard to have a breakthrough from down here. And I've been busting my butt to sort of reach out to people and see if they're interested at all in having a chat, or even if they're interested in the music, because it's a fine line. We don't fit in that heavy space, we're not metal. And so it's kind of like, I think people are kind of confused about where to put us. Like they might enjoy the music, but they don't know where to put us.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate the fact that you've taken this time. And I just can't thank you enough, Mike.
Yeah, most definitely. Before you head out, if you would give me a drop, and we're
Yeah.
recording, so you can say it at any time, and you can stylize it however you want, but it's something along the lines of, hey, this is Melanie, or hey, this is Mel from Ashes of Autumn, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Yep. Whenever?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Oh, sorry. Hey, this is Mel from Ashes of Autumn in Australia, and you are listening to Indie Rage Radio.
Perfect. Well, keep up the great work. Great things are going to happen. You guys are putting out amazing music, and
Thank you.
it'll get to the right ears eventually.
Oh, look, man, I hope so. And I'd love to stay in touch with you, because I'm deadly serious about putting that tour together. And we want it. We want to get over so badly. So I'd love to also get in touch with your mate from Heart Support. Is that what you said?
Yep. I will
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
As soon as we get off, I'm gonna go find that website and email it to you.
Amazing, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But yeah, I will obviously share everything on our socials, and stay in touch, please. I would love that.
Yes, most definitely. And I'll be tagging you when it's like coming up. And like I said
Yeah,
before, like the week before, I'll send you an email reminding you, and then give you that link for like the YouTube video and all that good stuff of this video.
brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Mel, have a great day.
Thank you. I'm gonna about to start it. I'm gonna grab another coffee.
Yes.
Thanks so
Bye-bye.
much, Mike.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.